Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding down, bringing the street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today we are breaking down episode 6, Teddy Perkins of course, Atlanta on FX. I am joined with the wonderful ladies.
Hi, Sade Sellers.
Marqueeda LaStar.
Yo, how did you like this episode?
There's no reaction because that's what I mean. I liked it. No, as a horror fan, I really liked it. I think it was actually for 41 minutes of TV. It was the best horror film that's come out this year already. This year, not last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not shading on any other Get Out or anything. I'm talking about this year.
This year.
Horror is my favorite genre, and when it's done well, it's really done well. And Donald Glover, I'm waiting for the next horror feature because it was great.
This was very creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. It was dark. Now, see, I go the other way. Like, yes, it made me like jump around and twitch my brain, but I'm into like dark and creepy shit. So it was stellar for me. I was still freaking out, but enjoying it. I'm the roller coaster rider of the group. I'm like, give me the ridiculous free drop that I'm like scared for my life. Yes, I'm a thrill seeker. So I was like, this was the greatest type of like viewerism ever because I got to watch him, and then we almost had like a Get Out situation, which
it got weird.
It was like, what are you doing, my guy? We're not doing this again. We're not doing this.
The episode is called Teddy Perkins, and the only thing FX released beforehand is that it's going to be a commercial-free episode.
Yep.
And that's all they gave us. Even the teaser from last week, it didn't even give us
anything. Yeah, it just showed him like knock on the door and come in. That was pretty much it.
So what we've also learned, this episode was directed by Donald Glover, but Donald also plays Teddy Perkins in the episode. And Teddy Perkins, it seems to be, he's a Michael Jackson.
Kind of analog of Michael Jackson, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even seems. He's got to be Michael Jackson.
He's so Michael Jackson. He's ATL's Michael Jackson.
The high voice, he's a musician. Teddy Perkins is a musician. His father trained him since he was a kid and beat him. According to Teddy Perkins,
we're talking about like playing from pain and all that.
Playing from pain. He has a skin condition. Him and his brother, they're both very pale.
Yeah.
Well, we don't actually know if the other brother is
true. True. Yeah, because we didn't really get to see Benny.
All right.
We only saw Teddy.
So let's back it up and let's just break it down blow by blow because we're getting to hit ourselves because it's mad crazy and all we want to do is kind of word vomit and like wither in front of you guys, but so you can actually get something cohesive out of us or coherent. let's roll it back. So
the episode opens with Darius. He's at a convenience store. He's trying to get some snacks to the road and he asked for jicama and such Darius things. Like, do you have dried fruit? And they said, no.
You know they ain't got that this.
Convenience store.
This is like the mom and pop like Lowe's or something.
Lowe's, like like an Ace hardware shop. And maybe this is like setting us up to kind of where we're going to be yelling at Darius a lot with like common sense stuff. And people have mentioned like he's Yoda, but he can be like sometimes like just really clueless.
Well, the the show is great. Yeah, person. It starts very normal. Just getting my U-Haul. Darius wants to go pick up a piano that has color keys. Nothing wrong there. You go to this convenience store. They don't have jicama, sure, and you get in your car, and then it ends.
Well, we forgot the best part.
Different.
He buys, so they don't have jicama.
But he has that hat.
So he asks how much the hat, which says Southern made with a Confederate flag on it.
Yeah.
But he got that red marker.
And he says how much is that in this red permanent Sharpie pen. He sees $8. This white guy working the counter looking at him like mad, like what are you about to do? Next scene cuts to he's made Southern Made into You Mad. Yeah. I was like, show you right.
Man. That was good. I like that.
Job ever. That was
I like that.
Right?
Somebody said
it. Somebody
said
that
was proper. That was some proper editing.
So Darius gets into his U-Haul truck and he's listening to Stevie Wonder, and Stevie Wonder is a repetitive theme through the whole episode. They mention him 100
numerous times. Yeah.
So because Stevie Wonder is great and his music is great. But they open up with Stevie Wonder and Darius approaches this house and he's buzzed in, and it's this beautiful mansion, the Southern style but very Get Out.
Yeah,
very Get Out-ish.
Yeah,
the vines and
the
hasn't been kept
whole
up.
vibe is like very creepy horror film
And I
kind
think
of.
we really should focus on the fact that it does feel like it's almost it's not abandoned, but it's definitely forgotten.
It's not been upkept
it looks
at all.
forgotten. It looks like it's from a different era.
And it's stuck in time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get to meet Mr. Teddy.
So I hashtag, I from Black Girl Nerds Twitter account. So I was like, when they dropped the name and like it's gonna be 41 minutes, no commercial, and it's like called Teddy Perkins. I'm like, who the hell is that? Like, who this? Because I knew I was like, and the description was so great for this episode. It says Darius is like on one, he's tripping. And if it was me, I would have got out there, would have been out of there. And it was like the most blackest description, but it left me with all these questions. Well, the questions never go away. Nah. You're gonna have questions the whole episode. Of course, you've already seen that and experienced that because if you ain't seen this episode,
see. And what's great about Atlanta is last week where were we? We had Biddy and we were going through the whole barbershop ordeal, and it was very paperboy focused, and it was funny, and but it was in the world of Atlanta.
Yeah, and it was this crazy.
It was journey. Expected. This episode, I felt was like it's still in the world of Atlanta, but I was not expecting this episode
at all. So out there.
It was very weird.
But it seems like something only would happen to Darius. This is like Darius.
This wouldn't have happened.
I even mentioned that this only could happen to Darius because as it progresses, you already know, dude like totally shoots and like they shoot each other and themselves, and he walked away. He was able to drive this U-Haul. I'm sure he's got the Darius. I feel like this dude got the piano.
Darius got the piano because they brought it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And he drove away.
And I'm like, would be able to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody else would got caught up. They've been like in jail talking about, can you bail me out? But only Darius gets to walk away from this in a way that just is unreal.
Yeah.
So we talk about in the world of horror movies, the reason why there hasn't been a really successful horror film until Get Out is that black people have and we would go. And we would go. But Darius, I mean, I like how they manipulated. He really wants his piano. That's his motivation to stay. But he also, I mean, he calls his friends a few and they tell him to leave and to get out.
Yeah, you got to bounce.
But he finds, I think it's important because I know as black people, we go, oh yeah, we'd be gone. Would you? If there was something you really, really wanted, would you go to Darius?
And you get led to you kind of get led in the layers of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, because I see myself as a pretty cool person. And I think I might have stayed maybe, well, when he went upstairs and he asked for the door and he shut the door in his face, I might have stayed. He went down to the basement. I don't know if I would have. I don't think I would have been in the basement. I don't think I would have went.
You could just push the button and went back up. There was no need to find Benny downstairs. You would have never ran. You would never have that experience. Like, and then when he gets a power up, the only that there is, he tells the writing on chalkboard to him that I'm going to go to my car. Once I get my piano in my car, I'll come back. But I get in the car with the way. Him in. But if Teddy you had just let that piano go and just like, I would have figured it. I would have figured a way to get that car away from me.
Yeah, I would have drove in the grass. I would have drove around the yard.
That's like a horror rule 101 foul.
Yeah, never go back in the house.
Well, to be fair, Darius can't leave because Teddy is foreign. So that's what I'm saying. The right Donald found very clever ways to get black people to say, like, well, he really can't go. He's in the middle of this forest of Atlanta, like in the woods. Even if he was to leave on foot, where you gonna go? Like he gated in. If you remember, he had to be pushed in to get in, and I'm sure in those gates you got to be pushed out to get out. So it was a way.
How strong are those gates, though?
I don't know. The gate was pretty tall. The gate was pretty tall.
I got a U-Haul truck. They better be real strong. But we got a question where they were.
Yes, Teddy was played by Donald Glover.
Yes.
So the like, yes. It's creepy as hell. And when they do the close-ups, like the eyes, I'm like, dude, that's creepy.
So if you
Yeah.
check IMDb, IMDb did
that.
not list Donald as Teddy, but it has already been confirmed online that Donald Glover is playing Teddy.
Yeah, so Donald Glover is Teddy.
Questions.
Yeah. And thank you for watching and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Because this
we
was
totally can see your questions. So
crazy.
because Mikey's like, I got a lot of questions. He's like, I swear.
Yo.
So we
got
gotta,
it's just like an episode full of questions.
We gotta shout out the makeup artist though. Like I said, the best thing about this show, you guys, it's not just the writing, it's not directing. The casting director's on point every episode, and the makeup was ridiculous. Whoever that makeup artist was,
because it was good enough to be odd. But
not hoaxy and not funny. It was scary. It was legitimately scary.
It's just off enough to be odd. Because even when he was in the dark, you were like,
when he got into the sun, it was
you were like, whoa,
absolutely terrifying. So that's what I love about the show, and I'm really pissed that it's not recognized on the bigger platforms for awards. I'm talking to you, Golden Globes and Emmys, because the show is a masterpiece of art.
Yeah,
from every
Atlanta
corner.
is killing it.
Costumes and makeup and hair and casting, especially, and
even
writing and directing.
The extras I guess the day players or whatever that come in.
Day players, co-stars,
killing it.
Set decorating. When you talk about this, when you see a show like this, an episode like this, you have to understand someone's in charge of designing that entire house.
Yeah.
And without their design, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, like people got to come in and light it and all that. Like there's so much that goes into making this show great.
Brilliant. Everyone on the show is on their A game and just brilliant.
I totally agree with Sebastian where he says he wants to see the makeup transformation video. So
that would be great.
We need to start a campaign on Twitter like show us the video.
Yeah,
we need to see
I hope we get to see that because that's crazy.
And it just blows my mind because last week we were talking about Donald and how he quit Deadpool and FX. You made a dumb mistake. Donald Glover is the best.
Did everybody read the script? The script.
Yeah, Mikey, I believe. I agree.
And he just dropped that in the last 48 hours. No, they.
What did he say?
Mikey said that he feels like Teddy had this planned. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Teddy had this plan.
In the story, Teddy said, "I choose you. You're lucky. I choose you," which means he set up the piano deal to be sold, and the person who's gonna come. The reason why he chatted so long in the beginning is to make sure that person would work out. And he said robbery. He said robbery. So he's glad, obviously, that Darius is black.
Yeah.
Because it makes his robbery story more feasible.
It makes it work.
Teddy's obviously had this plan for a while. You don't have your brother in the basement and watching old tapes of your dad and having the gun casually near you, which means he is a genius. He's also very tortured. I actually felt sorry for Teddy in a lot of points.
Teddy...
He was sad. He was
Teddy is in a very... but, normal, well-adjusted life doesn't get you here. So he's... Teddy's experienced some stuff. Teddy P, if I could call him that. Teddy P has experienced. He has experienced some stuff.
Was that like a reference to Teddy Pendergrass? Because okay, so Benny's in a wheelchair, and what happened to Teddy was like in the late 70s or 80s. He ended up in a wheelchair because of a car accident that left him paralyzed. Wow,
I wonder if they took a whole bunch of
just a whole lot of old school.
Like we're gonna take, like Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, Teddy Pendergrass, put all these guys that had some very troubling issues around their, history and music, and throw them into one person and kind of make that work. Even though
she thought about Teddy P too. I was like,
if Dr. what's his name didn't kill Michael Jackson, if Michael didn't overdose on propofol, is Donald trying to say this is what would have happened anyway? Is he trying to say that he was at that state where it's Michael, because everyone knows Michael was tortured. He was that's an interesting question. How would Mike have been in his later years? Died? Why now? Why now when Michael Jackson? It's been 8 years.
Yeah, because
it's interesting.
When Mike passed, he was 51, something like that.
I don't know. He was young. He was too young.
I know. So how do you guys think Mike would have played out in his 60s and his 70s? Could something like this have happened?
I don't know, but I feel like the
Could he
Jacksons,
become
when they
that
catch wind of
recluse,
this, are
weird-
gonna be pissed.
Yeah, they're not gonna be happy about this.
Oh my goodness.
I do not want to catch that Joe Jackson.
Nah, man.
Nor the Janet.
Man, like this. Donald got some cojones.
Yeah.
Like he took Marvin Gaye, Serena Williams. The name drop. The name drops were like, whoa, my God. See, wow.
Teddy acted surprised when he saw his brother was alive. Yeah, and MJ could have easily ended like that as torture. Yeah, Teddy, but I don't know. Teddy must have known that his brother Benny was in the basement. There's just no way around it. Like, he was lying since they went, oh, Benny's he's not feeling well, you can't come in that room, but there's no one in the room. Teddy had to know this is a part of the plan. And I think he was just shocked that Benny actually came upstairs. Because I'm like, Benny, if you could have came up this elevator this whole time, why didn't you leave a long time ago? Like, because he told Darius he couldn't go get the gun because he's in his wheelchair. And then to see him go at the elevator, I'm like, so Benny, what's the truth?
What's the deal?
Like, what's the truth, Benny?
Or maybe he wanted him to kind of like go and be a diversion, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe they both
we had something long in the chat. I didn't get it all.
This one was saying that there had been multiple people there before, and I think I agree with that theory because
like maybe
and Darius being like Yoda, it would make sense that he's the one out of everybody else because Darius isn't like anybody else in Atlanta that was there. So that makes it really would. Yeah.
On that Stevie Wonder, kind of his attitude and how he was, he used his music to sing.
Okay, Lisa says, what was the reference to the Breakfast Club doing the name dropping of fathers? Wow, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, let us know about that name drop because I remember hearing Marvin Gaye. I heard Joe Jackson, Marvin Gaye Sr. I heard Serena Williams' father, but I didn't hear the Breakfast Club. So,
Breakfast Club is messy like that. Maybe that's what Lisa's referring to.
Are we talking about the movie Breakfast Club? Like
no, the Breakfast Club, the radio show.
Are you sure is that what she's saying?
Wait.
Somebody said
tonight,
look, you better sleep with the lights on and make sure you keep all them windows and doors locked tight.
Lisa, are you talking about like the radio station?
Are you talking about the 80s?
Are you talking about the 80s movie? I think it's the radio station in New York. It's the Power equivalent.
They talk about fathers.
DJ Envy.
See,
no, the movie,
Breakfast Club, the movie. All right,
the movie. I don't remember that.
I only put them out there like that because they're hella messy. They stay being messy.
You gotta. What do you say?
The dad that dropped Emilio Estevez off in the Breakfast Club. I think that's a line.
Okay. Yeah, the dad. Yeah, Emilio Estevez's dad is an asshole in the Breakfast Club.
In the Breakfast Club.
And that's kind of why Emilio is one.
Good
name drop. What I think is interesting about the Black Fathers that they do mention, I mean, Serena Williams' dad is notorious. Like, he had them out there on the court all day long when they were young.
Yeah.
Joe Jackson, we already know the stories. And then who else did he say? Stevie Wonder's dad?
He said Marvin Gaye Sr.
Marvin Gaye, he shot his son.
They shot his son, yeah.
Yes, he did.
What are we trying to say about overambitious Black fathers? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know mine.
What are we saying about LeVar Ball? Do we need to look at the baller brand and do we need to reach out a line for some of them boys and be like, look, help? No.
And this is such an odd
Tiger Woods' dad was missing too.
Yeah, Tiger Woods' dad was missing. Wow.
Right. The overbearing dads, because as from all I can tell from reading interviews with Donald, his parents don't seem like they were like that. They were strict Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
They don't seem like they pushed him in this direction. It was just they were supportive when he decided to go in this direction. So this is a weird choice.
Yeah,
I mean, every Black celebrity you think about, kind of the really, really great ones, they were pushed at a young age to be great. I mean, you can talk about Beyonce. Matthew Knowles is notorious for his management and making her run through the forest while singing. I mean, I don't know. Is Donald trying to say, yes, with great sacrifice comes a lot, though?
I missed that Tiger Woods mention.
Because it's, you have, because I've even been in discussions where people are talking about like Matthew Knowles or people have talked about the Ball Boys and stuff. And I'm like, because honestly, LeVar isn't my cup of tea all the time. But it is nice to see a man there and he reps for his boys. He don't let nobody talk about his boys.
Price,
but like you said, at what price? So
everyone's doing fine now, but you have to understand, Michael, you guys, for all the young kids, Michael Jackson was working at 6. 6 years old, singing and dancing with his brothers and sisters for money.
Lisa was like, Darius wasn't special. He's only dumb enough person to stay. I ain't mad at you, Lisa. For real though, I see you.
On the real, I agree. Because most people, and you know what? That is interesting.
Right.
He gave him that second to leave.
He did.
So he probably gives everybody that chance to leave. At that door, most people probably left.
Mm-hmm.
Darius stayed.
So it wasn't so much that, I chose you. You were telling me that you were also choosing
that you wanted to be chosen.
Because that dude came out mean, creepy. Like opening, the first scene for him walking in the house, he's like, hello. It's like typical scary movie.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Where he's like, hello. And then he is behind him in the dark, fam. In the dark. Comes out like a Dementor. Hi.
And it's just weird and creepy the whole
from
way
the get-go. Like there should be no reason why you would stay. You'd be like, I think I got the wrong house. Yeah, I think I need the man next door.
Thomas, we got you. That was a great episode. Probably maybe the best episode of TV this week out of all shows.
Yeah.
This one was solid. This is solid.
This is very
I wish it would have been a real movie. I think.
Yeah.
The TV is. This is a good. First of all, for FX to say, "Oh, you don't want any commercials," is just like the rules are so broken during this show.
Yeah, Donald has he must have real good friends at either FX is really loving him, probably because the awards mentions and all of the accolades. They kind of give him a wider berth.
What happens in the conversation? Donald walks in and is like, yes, I'm going to do a Michael Jackson themed horror episode and I don't want no commercials. And they're just kind of like,
all right.
Okay.
I wonder how that goes. Or does he even say it and he just gives them the script and it's like.
Perspective though that this is an FX show on an FX station. Now it is definitely special that they are doing this, but FX still. This is their own channel.
Yeah, FX is a little different.
But why would they do that?
But usually commercial free is not an option because that's how you make your money.
You're making a lot of money.
Now they did have that long commercial break after it, so maybe they figured we'll make up for it. We'll just have a long 10 minutes of commercials after the show. Maybe that was what they were thinking.
Like you gonna want this because there was it commercials after the first episode? Yeah. So that's how they make their money. They're like, we're gonna replay it. Everybody gonna need to watch it because I think
because there's so much you miss.
You have to I'm so thankful that they replayed it right afterwards because you need to watch it more than once. You need to hit
definitely
it all the time. Because I couldn't collect everything. And I felt that way about every episode, but this one especially. But every episode, I need a repeat to collect all the stuff I missed.
Was that
Corey Jackson said Emmy worthy? Definitely.
Yeah. This is really gonna show, to me, if this episode does not get nominated for an Emmy, I'm really done with the award season. Because they really don't know what art is. Yeah. That was beautiful. Everyone was on point. Acting,
this show has
casting.
This show has been solid ever since it started.
Yes, it's very.
And this second season has been so different.
Mikey was like, John was killing it as Teddy. Okay, fam. But isn't it true? For the people who weren't sure it was Donald Glover at the beginning, so I figured it out before he has that moment where he gets mad, where Darius is like, "Oh, I can imagine," and he's like, "No, you can't," and he gives you that signature Donald Glover squeal, and you're like, oh no, I was in doubt, but no, I know it's you. Because he's got this weird high-pitched thing he did in Community, all these times.
He was like, no, you didn't.
I was like, whoa. And then it took a minute to get it back. and come back down.
Donald
Glover.
Yes.
Community screen.
Yeah, what's up, Aaron? Yeah, what's up?
If it's not apparent now, and then no one's ever going to admit it, but Donald Glover is the most talented
Donald Glover is right now.
He's the most talented person in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, because right now Donald Glover is firing on all
writing, acting, singing.
Yeah,
there's no one else more talented.
I would agree that's unlimited.
If he kills it in Solo this year, like say if he steals it's about Han Solo, but say he kills it in the look. What I mean is like they might.
Is it? Let me put this to you. How crazy is it? You get the role of Han motherfucking Solo. How many people are talking about? I don't even know who's playing Han Solo, but I know who's Lando.
But see, I don't know if they're going to give him the screen time though that he needs. You know what I'm saying? Because are we going to see Lando? Are we going to see Lando a lot?
Him a lot.
Who cares? You're in a Star Wars movie. Exactly. He already has a TV show.
But no, what I'm saying is like if he messes around and steals this movie, it's like this dude is like on a boss.
I know what I'm going to see Star Wars, a solo story. I'm going to see it for Donald
Glover. Going to see that
Lando.
And that part.
That part is on point.
Man, I want that part so good.
Real quick, what was your favorite scene from this episode? They're playing it for a third time, by the way, on FX.
My favorite scene was when Benny comes upstairs, because I was like, oh, Benny's real. Because see, I thought.
Thomas Water said they're playing it for a third time.
Because I thought Teddy was playing games, being funny, going up and downstairs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I really did.
Because I was like, well, Teddy, is that you?
Exactly.
Is that you, Teddy?
They set you up. They have Darius go look for Benny, right? And when he's like, oh, he make it sound like he goes look for Terry.
Benny.
No.
Teddy is the one that is talking, and Benny is the one with the mask.
Yes, right. But Darius is going to look for Terry, and so he goes knocking on the door, and he opens it. And he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, Benny needs his rest," and he makes it seem like he's in the room with them. And then like Darius is clearly looking at an empty chair, so that's where you get that idea from. Where this dude is all the way cracked. There is no Benny.
Ain't no Benny. So when he came up, I was like, oh snap!
Like
Benny's real.
Corey, Donald is not involved in the writing for Han Solo. He's just playing Lando.
Yeah, just playing
Lando. Yeah. What we were saying about that is we're hoping it's not switch and bait where they get us to go to movie because we're all excited about Lando.
And then they edit him out.
And he's in like 5 minutes of the movie.
In 5 minutes of the movie. That's exactly what happened. Coming. I was like, I won't.
Wonderful, but I think cinematically, I love the shot at the door with the light on. Teddy at the door with the light on. I think it's just the scariest scene and interaction, and it was my favorite.
The whole thing is just it just crawls on you.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about this episode.
You hit me jimmies the whole time. Yeah. You like Negro, you don't get up out of here.
And like even I said, as someone who I feel I'm pretty cool.
Right.
But I think after the whole thing upstairs, I'd have been like, it's time to go.
Someone said Hitchcock motivated. I can see that.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a Hitchcock. Okay, cool.
Suspense.
Yeah, and it's just very
it's a hint there.
And then that part when he's like, "Oh, come in here, go in there," and I'm like, "Yo, no, after you." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then like when he walks in there and he closes the doors, I'm like, he's not even freaked. He has a moment where he's like freaked out, but I'm like, that should have freaked you out enough where if you got out of there with
I wrote on my Twitter, there ain't no black woman in the world that would have stayed for that. There's just not.
Man.
We were like, thank you so much. You know what? I don't even know how to play piano. Bye.
Yeah. But like, you know what? I like pianos. But there's another one out there somewhere. There's another one somewhere.
I could paint the keys myself. I got
exactly. Because that's what it looked like in the one.
Whose blood was on the piano key?
Right. Good one. Teddy's, wasn't it? Was his nose bleeding? I thought it was Teddy's nose bleeding. I mean, because Benny's in the basement, and it's just Teddy and Darius.
That is a mystery. I still haven't quite.
Well, I mean, it's fresh blood. When he touches it, it's fresh.
It's still,
So it has to be Teddy's blood.
Yeah, it has to be Teddy's.
But why is it Teddy's blood? Like, what did he do?
Is Teddy dying?
He's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
Who
what y'all
knows?
think about
That's
the
never been
description for the new
explained.
episode?
Yes,
It's simply Darius'
it's
trip.
tripping. Yeah. I think I did I mention that earlier. Yeah, I think I might have mentioned that earlier before you tuned in about the description. This is like Darius is tripping, and if it was me, I would have been on out of there. And you're like, well, what does that mean? And then the episode's name like Terry Perkins, and you're like, what? Who's
Teddy.
that?
Teddy.
And then you get there, and then you're like, it all made sense. Like those two sentences made sense once you saw it. You're like, oh, that you would have been gone.
Yeah.
And you're tripping. He's tripping for staying. That's what he's on one about. It's like you actually thought to stay
Who
here.
was that last guy?
Now, someone who's the one who asked about the
comment?
chalkboard?
Okay, it says help me.
No,
Did the
that
chalkboard
one.
message mean that Benny was warning Darius that Teddy would kill them both, or that Benny wanted Darius to kill both Teddy and Benny? I think it's the first one.
Because
the first one.
on the chalkboard, Benny writes, Teddy's going to kill us
both.
Yeah.
He asks us like
both.
you and me, and Darius clarifies.
Yeah.
He clarifies.
Oh, that egg was nasty too.
Oh, that egg was
nasty. The egg was, and we put both fingers all in it. Oh,
but so, gentlemen or lady who asked that, so Benny is warning Darius that this is Teddy's plan, and Teddy already admits to Darius after that. He says, yeah, you're the perfect. I chose you. You're going to be the robbery. I needed to look real. That's why he didn't shoot him in the viewing room. He said, no, I need this to look authentic. Yeah. So I didn't frame him as a robber. I don't feel like Teddy was planning to kill himself at all. I don't know.
Now that setup was good though. That setup was good. I don't know who said it, but someone said something about it. Setup. It was good. It was.
Well, I mean, the ostrich. Are we talking about the ostrich?
Yeah,
oh no. Well, yeah, but the setup to kill both of them.
Yeah. I mean, but my thing is like, why Teddy? Why would you need to set up someone to kill your brother when literally y'all are alone? You could kill your brother.
Oh, Mikey said
and no one
would
care.
With the egg that looked like it looked like Donald wanted to puke. I'm not so sure. That dude, the dude's clearly dark.
Teddy, but a flaw in Teddy's plan is he makes Darius cuff himself, and I'm like, how is this a part of the robbery plan? How is this more authentic?
Maybe he was gonna go kill Benny with another gun, and then come upstairs and uncuff, shoot Darius, and then uncuff him. Maybe
seems like it literally had to be that but the sitting him in a chair part would probably make no sense.
Yeah, I mean, no sense to me.
It made no sense. If he doesn't struggle and make any marks on his wrist,
like shoot Darius, take off the handcuffs, and you're like, I'm the hero.
Rifle, but I'm all about like how fast I can be, and I think Darius could have took Teddy. Like Darius is skinny and scrawny, but Teddy didn't look like
Daniel was the MVP right here. And he said Benny's blood on the piano. And blood on his chest when he came up in the elevator. Teddy was surprised that Benny was still alive.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel is the MVP.
Thank you, Daniel, for coming in with that. Yes.
You the real MVP.
Oh, that makes so much sense now. Because
he thought he killed him long ago.
No, not
or just earlier.
Or earlier that day.
So he disappeared, and maybe he was.
Yeah. So this is what we do.
Okay.
We kill our brother. We get Darius to come over while he's still, while it still works in that time frame. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, oh, well, I'll kill Darius, saying that he killed my brother. But Benny like, nah, player, you gotta come correct.
Okay, so he's hiding out after there's already been an attempt. Maybe the attempt has been made.
Wheelchair, he's been in a wheelchair with
for
this condition.
I'm sorry, Mikey. We didn't see that. Mikey saying, I got that too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Daniel, and Mikey's like.
both of y'all MVPs. Thank you, both of y'all.
I know that the FX 3 times already, but I'm gonna need.
This is like legit my favorite episode because I
thought
like
Bibby,
Darky creepy stuff.
Bibi,
So
I know. I thought no one could top
this
Bibi,
is like
but that
my
was
favorite.
Yo, this show is. Hey, you watch what? How do you?
Okay, so Silly Baby is saying that he was unhurt. I was like, how do you know he wasn't hurt?
But who is unhurt?
Or like, so when did? Okay, so time in this episode, like one of the most difficult parts for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happens. If of course, it's like a 41-minute episode, but there's definitely some time lapsing going on, and like if it has to be at least hours. And then it only adds to
because he was there all day. We assume
all day. It is not even getting dark when he leaves. So this all happens over like what would be like maybe 4 to 6 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
But even if it's that much, I'm like, okay, that means Darius, like when he's having moments alone, playing. What are you watch this hammer? Yeah,
but
well, okay, so let's get into like the minute.
That Teddy left a message to remind himself to wash his hand, and I immediately was like, "Oh, he went to the bathroom and didn't wash his hands." Yeah. It's because he hurt his brother.
Yo, whoever put that in, thank you.
Eat butt.
Eat the butt.
Eat the butt. Yo, we here.
Oh, I hear it now. I hear it.
we here for that comment, but that's
so it all makes sense because if you guys remember, I don't know if we mentioned it. The best scene for me also was that Teddy's like, "Oh, do you want a water?" And Darius is like, "Sure," and he pushes this little intercom and says, "Reminds or get Darius a water."
Darius a water.
And then we assume he's talking to a butler or something, and Darius is like, "Oh, where's that butler?"
And so much time
I don't have a butler.
And so now we have to add a lot of time to these minutes. Like every time there's a pause, and they're like, do. That's not like a few minutes.
That's not like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah. 45 minutes.
Wow.
That's how long.
A message for himself to remind himself to wash his hands, and that's why he got blood on the piano when Darius came up there, because he must have missed a spot, or he must have, or he had hit his brother who was playing the piano. Because remember, his brother is the pianist who likes to play. Must have struck him there at the piano, and then got the piano. Goals. I can't wait to dress up.
Is there anything, guys? Is there anything that you guys have questions about? Anything that we missed?
Okay.
I think we.
So
didn't say, or Ern didn't say anything in the back seat.
No, he did. Right. He said, "Look at this." When he
he did say, "Look at this."
I didn't like that they try to
throw you off.
Off. They had Ern in the back seat. But he was acting a little weird because they shut too fast, and y'all know what the guy looked like. Like making jokes
a lot
and
of
some
Sammy's
of them,
so
and it almost died off as quickly as it went into it. Premiered higher than I know when the first season came out, it was like it had the highest numbers coming out, and then the second one, I can't imagine it not doing the same numbers, but a very strong 6.
This was 6. There's only 5 left, y'all.
Yeah, it's better than the 9 we got from the first. Like, I'm just bigs up on that one.
I mean, first season was tight because we didn't know what the world. They really stepped it up. For a while, because homie's busy with the Lion King.
Yeah,
and we waited so long for this season, like
a
year almost.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half before this was
like all many creative obligations.
Yeah, but he's. that Deadpool is going to be FX's biggest mistake.
Yeah.
That is
2 to 3 years from. I think they're really blowing it by doing that.
So, Silly Billy Magic is saying that until this episode, my fave was Black.
The fake black TV station.
From the first season, right? That was a good, because that was not just the TV show, but it was all the fake ads.
Fake commercials, yeah.
And they all had like messages in them. You know, you were expecting one of the Wayans brothers to show up and go, message, because they all had these like social commentaries hidden in them. Okay, and then what's Lisa saying? She says the wheelchair was in the room upstairs when Darius knocked on the door. Maybe the brother was knocked out on the floor. Yeah. True. And then because
that's why he kept that door so tight.
Right. You're right. I feel
it's like why you got to open that door.
And then he closes the door, and I guess he thought he did what he needed to do. But
Can we talk about the really creepy museum that the
memorabilia?
Did you see the keychain?
Yeah.
Did you catch that? He had a keychain thing, almost like a real museum. You know, where you go, they never have my name, but you know, Diana, Ashley, they have all the.
Yeah.
Well, also,
she was like,
I feel like what we haven't gotten into is like all the kind of references to Michael. Of course, they had to change stuff around, but they had a lot of the same pictures. They had pictures that clearly looks like Michael
Stevie
and Quincy Jones, like from Off the Wall era.
Yeah.
They haven't never. No, remember? I know I've seen all the different documentaries, and I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I say was because he's not here anymore, but I still am. Yeah. And I watched like all the Neverland stuff. And when you go into Neverland, it was very much like a museum. And a lot of stuff to him.
Like Graceland. Exactly. I mean, others have done it.
I think he modeled Neverland as a Graceland. I remember that being reported on. And also, there's things about, him being it's like,
so that's an interesting question. That he took a picture of Darius.
This episode had me doing research. It will, because they dropped so much references. Oh, the best one was the internet one where he's like, "I love this song." Everybody, that's your favorite Michael Jackson gift.
That is a good one. But someone mentioned that. Remember, Teddy took that really. Darius was quick to go like I do because you can't take my picture without my. He gave me Wakanda.
He gave him the Wakanda salute, but a little bit higher.
But Teddy seemed disappointed when he looked at the photo that Darius wasn't it. So I'm like,
probably because he wanted to have like a I guess like a trophy.
That's what it is, like a serial killer thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so sweet. What did that last one say? I didn't catch it.
I said it was all a plot for Teddy to steal Benny's estate. That's why he had the gift shop set up and everything. Sacrifice Benny for great things.
Wow.
Using Darius as a scapegoat.
Robbin season.
Man, Robbin season. Oh my goodness.
Boom.
Okay. Somebody check out who Either Butt is, because I feel like this dude's got a direct line.
Either Butt. Are you one of the writers on Atlanta? Are you one of the writers? Don't lie to me. Don't you lie. Like, cause look, you got too much.
Oh, somebody said they thought maybe that it was a low-key Get Out reference with the photo scene.
Oh, that's so fair. Darius needs to wake up. But he didn't get the flash because he blocked his face, so he couldn't wake up.
Yeah, he was like, He stopped that.
But in the essence, if Benny was the talented one with the pianist, and I mean, Teddy was talented too, but Benny is the most talented.
Benny was the one that was the star.
So if we're keeping up with Michael Jackson references, it's like
Teddy Jermaine. It's Teddy Jermaine.
Yo.
Teddy like that.
Teddy is Jermaine.
He was. They have a rivalry going.
But I mean, that you hate your brother that much, you're jealous of his talent, that you want to kill him to take his estate.
Their father was equally hard on all of them, so that's also part of your you're resentful. Like, well, you got on me too. Why aren't I as great as Benny?
And you get that because Teddy is sitting in the viewing room watching a tape, I believe of his dad and himself, or Benny playing. I don't know. Was it him or his?
Yeah, because he
Benny
didn't. I don't think they explained who was in the tape of the home movie.
But he seems really sad about it. Like he seems. First of all, now I'm thinking, did you kill your father too? Because you have his suit in the basement, which is weird. Like this is my favorite thing of my daddy's suit. I'm like, okay.
It was very weird.
And you're watching tapes of your father. I mean, maybe he killed his dad too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I don't, unless their parents have died a long time ago, I don't see why Benny would be left alone with that crazy brother of his.
Not at all.
Someone has to know that Benny is there.
Yo, guys, this episode
was crazy.
This episode was everything and more.
It was everything. It's like my favorite episode. Like both seasons, this is like if somebody were to ask me, I'd be like this.
See,
this had everything. Did y'all also
from
think
Paperboy?
It was weird?
Oh, Mikey put in there talking about the text message from Paperboy saying you did.
I don't think it's weird. I think that makes sense because from the very beginning to all through the episode, I think they were very much in character, but they were on point with.
I mean, but Paperboy is joking with him, obviously, because he's like, you should have been out. Like,
he should have been out a long time ago.
Because he says that from the first time he calls the guy, like, the guy is a psycho.
And why did Benny commit suicide? Why wouldn't Benny commit suicide? First of all, your skin is fried completely for the rest of your life. You just got injured by your brother. Maybe he was dying anyway.
Right.
And he just shot his brother. Who wants to go to jail for that? So I feel like Benny had no other choice.
Like nothing else to live for.
There's nothing else for him.
Yeah.
The Confederate flag.
Oh boy. But hey guys, look, if you've enjoyed this, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Holla at us. We're gonna holla at you down in them comments. Of course, hit up these wonderful ladies who I'm about to throw it to in just a moment online. Follow them all their social media, starting with Marqueeda.
I am at LaStar Next. All over the interwebs.
Down in the description below, you got all her links. And
I'm Sade Sellers, SADE. We're here every Thursday, you guys, not just for this episode.
Yes, every Thursday.
Every Thursday. We got a few more. Wait. Let's do this question. There was Michael Johnson that said, was it a representation of Michael Jackson?
Yes,
it was.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, it's me, the Confederate flag. Well, hello.
Well, hello. You
just
mad?
Keep it classy.
You mad?
Okay.
You mad though?
You mad though? And for reason they robbed him of his childhood. Oh, Jamie.
Layers. There's layers.
For sure.
That's hella deep.
That's
mad robbing season right there.
Robbing of lives, robbing of childhood, robbing of trust, of
That's
patience.
Crazy. So guys, you can find me online right here on this channel. Subscribe, all that good stuff, or NERDSoul, one word, NERDSoul, or online at ThatNERDSoul. This episode and this season has been solid, yo. So
really nice.
Man, it's been great. So of course, until next week. Thank you. Shout out everybody in the chat. Who else?
Let's shout out some people. Shot by Nikki Hawkins.
Yeah.
And we're gonna shout out Benny RB. Confederate boy, whatever you mad.
Yay for E-Butts.
E-Butts.
Eat the butt.
E-Butts is like stealthy, like on some, on like
Mikey Hawkins.
He needs to be on. He's on the Silly Billy Magic has some good questions.
Word up.
Let me see. I'm trying to get to everybody.
Bernie VR in the house.
Sir One Jr. We're gonna shout out everybody. I can see it right. Okay, I can only see so many people. Sorry,
yeah, but
I missed you.
All y'all, thank you for watching, and we will see y'all next week. Until then, this is us telling you.
Tell your friends. Come see us.
Yes. Peace.
Bye, Instagram.